Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jason and Sasha give the PCPD a show. Willow seemed frightened as Marty entered the hospital, looking angry and distracted. Marty took Willow aside and said that his private investigator was out of commission, but he was still determined to get dirt on Michael. Willow cautioned him that it would not be easy to find. Willow emphasized that she did not want to use any dirt on Michael. She was confident they could reach an amiable custody agreement, but Marty reminded her that divorce does not work that way. Willow received a phone call informing her that her automobile had been seized. Mac stepped into Anna's office and questioned why Jason was seated in the interrogation room. Anna emphasized that he had committed a felony by threatening Cyrus' life. Mac said Anna should let Jason go because he had never touched Cyrus. Finally, Anna clarified that Jason couldn't kill Cyrus if he was in custody. "We're giving him time to cool off," Anna reasoned. Mac did not think Jason killing Cyrus was a horrible idea. Anna considered whether he would leave any evidence before coming to her senses. "We couldn't look the other way while our resident hitman took Cyrus out," she told us. Anna was also confident they were getting closer to the evidence they required. Elizabeth sneaked into the questioning room to check on Jason. Liz stated she had never witnessed Jason threaten somebody in the same way that he threatened Cyrus. Jason admits doing it for Danny's sake. Elizabeth then placed a briefcase on the table and informed Jason that she believed it has the proof necessary to permanently imprison Cyrus. Jason admired Liz's drive and wondered if she and Lucky had figured out Cyrus' objective. Sadly, they still didn't know why he killed Sam. "I do know that Cyrus is not going to stop killing until somebody stops him," she told me. Jason agreed. He just didn't believe the PCPD could perform the job. Elizabeth was going to try to trust the police anyhow. Her next destination was Anna's office, where the commissioner discovered she had more amateurs on her hands, but they had found evidence. Liz revealed that she and Lucky felt Cyrus had killed 5 people, 2 at Turning Woods and 3 at GH. Liz showed Anna evidence they discovered in the dumpster outside Cyrus building, including a receipt for a box of syringes addressed to a man named Paul Damascus. Liz thought it was quite reasonable for Cyrus to use a biblical name as an alias. Anna was thrilled by Liz's work and praised her on her amateur detective abilities. However, Anna did not believe there was enough strong evidence, but she would make some calls. That wasn't good enough for Liz. "Anna, you have to do more than that. Cyrus will kill someone else, and you have to stop him," she told you. Anna consented and exited the office, but instructed Detective Baldwin to wait. When Mac returned to the station, he discovered Sasha roaming about and apologized for Cody leaking Sasha's personal information throughout town. Sasha placed more blame on Drew than on Cody. Sasha then acknowledged that she was there to see Jason. Mac took Sasha into the interrogation room to meet with Jason. He said that Diane would get him out or Anna would release him, since Anna was only attempting to keep him away from Cyrus. Sasha had some news for Jason. "I think Willow suspects that Michael is the father of my baby," she told me. Sasha told Jason about meeting Elaine and almost murdering her poor dog. Sasha felt stupid for telling Elaine her due date and was concerned Willow would be able to count backwards from 9. Sasha believed they needed to pretend to be in a relationship, and Jason needed to tell everyone directly that he was her baby daddy. Willow happened to be just outside the room at the time, paying the fine to get her car back. Tracy reportedly had Willow's car taken from the Quartermain grounds. When Sasha spotted her, she grabbed Jason and kissed him, saying, "Go with me on this." Anna and Mac were also taken aback by the scene. Meanwhile, Cyrus sat in his hideaway, reading Bible texts and gazing at the flower Jocelyn had left behind. He then took out a box of syringes and digitalis, ready to kill again. When his syringe was empty, he contacted GH and discovered that Elizabeth was home that day. When Sonny came by for a visit, Carly was surprised to learn that he had resolved his custody fight with Ava. She was even more surprised to learn that Sonny was the one who proposed joint custody. Carly realized there had to be more going on because Sonny rarely changes his mind. Sonny lied, claiming nothing else was wrong. Diane had warned him that he would not receive exclusive custody, so he gave up. Carly still did not believe Sonny's story. Sonny refused to tell Carly about his heart problem, claiming he needed to discover the person who left a bomb in his penthouse. Carly moved the discussion to Jason and asked Sonny whether he had recently mentioned Sasha. Why would Jason mention Brando's wife? Sonny inquired. Carly surprised Sonny with the news that Jason fathered Sasha's child. Sonny couldn't believe it, but Carly was skeptical. Carly questioned whether Jason was simply pretending to be Sasha's father, just as he claimed to be Michael's. Sonny didn't think it was Carly's business, but she wanted to help Jason or figure out what was going on. Sonny reasoned that Sasha may not have wanted anyone to know who fathered her child. He even suspected the pregnancy was the result of a one-night stand. Jocelyn sat down with the address she obtained from the WSB and sketched out how to get there on her phone. She hid the paper when she heard Trina enter. Trina brought home supplies so they could prepare an Italian meal, but things seemed to change when Kai texted to see if Trina was available that night. Jocelyn was overjoyed at the prospect of Trina going out with Kai, but Trina intended to inform him that she had arrangements with Joss. Of course, Joss would not hear of it and encouraged her companion to go. Trina did not want to leave Joss alone on her first Valentine's Day without Dex. Jocelyn would not give up. It's time for you to get back out there, Joss told you. Kai texted Trina again, asking her to meet him at the Savoy in an hour dressed to impress. Trina did exactly that. After she departed, Jocelyn dressed in all black and took Dex's gun from a box. Laura was delighted to welcome Curtis into her office. He wanted to talk about the McConkey Esplanade project. When Laura discussed Drew's impending arrival and watched Curtis' reaction, she understood the pals had had a falling out. Laura requested Curtis to stay so she could obtain his feedback on the project. Laura stated she didn't trust Drew and suspected he was using the project as retaliation against Jason and Sonny. Laura also questioned Drew's judgment, particularly because he wanted to include Jen Sidwell in the project. Curtis told Laura he had spotted Jordan and Sidwell at Café Sherry. When Jordan walked in, Laura questioned her. Jordan claimed that she was simply attempting to acquire Sidwell's trust. Drew came and understood straight once that this was gonna be a tough room. Drew told Laura, Curtis, and Jordan that he could deliver federal cash provided they agreed to Sidwell's plan for the Esplanade. He vowed that if they permitted Sonny to use the pier for illicit activities, the project would die in committee, something they had never worried about previously. Drew stated his argument and quietly went away. On General Hospital, Trina meets Kai for their big date. Drew poses a crucial question. Lulu is frustrated. Carly and Jack have a nice evening. Can Jason take a formal commitment to Anna? Anna was surprised to see Jason and Sasha kissing in the interrogation room, but she had to put that vision in a box and go on. She has proof that will bring them directly to Cyrus, but she wants Jason to comply. To that reason, she urges Jason not to make reckless decisions if she frees him. Anna knows she can't keep him any longer, but she can't have him pursue Cyrus. Jason does not want to risk Cyrus killing again and escaping, so Anna asks Jason to take a chance on her because she is confident she can complete the task. A night at the Savoy. The Savoy is the place to go for an unforgettable Valentine's Day party. Curtis has a great surprise for Portia on their second wedding anniversary. They split up before the wedding night began, but they eventually found their way back together. Trina spends the evening with Kai and appears to be having the time of her life. However, she has a confession to make, which surprises Kai. Brooklyn will also have a musical surprise when Chase serenades her as part of the evening's entertainment. Carly and Jack spend a quiet evening at home getting to know one another better. They share some wine in Carly's kitchen, unaware that Jack may have put Jocelyn in jeopardy. Finally, Lucky and Elizabeth celebrate their first Valentine's Day together in years. Liz feels very pleased of herself after finding all of the evidence against Cyrus and impressing Anna. She and Lucky celebrate in the kitchen, enjoying some of Aiden's baked delicacies. Even Aiden has a Valentine's date with Tobias. Liz and Lucky kiss once they are alone, but there is danger outside. Cyrus is ready to strike, but he first has to ensure that no one else is present. General Hospital's Jonathan Jackson is temporarily replaced by Lucky former Days star Guy Wilson. According to General Hospital teasers, Lucky Spencer will appear different in the coming days, as actor Guy Wilson will temporarily replace Jonathan Jackson in the role beginning Tuesday, February 18th. More details are provided below. According to Soap Opera Digest, Wilson will play Lucky Spencer for a handful of episodes. Jackson has already resumed shooting for the soap and will return to the show later in February. Fans may recall Wilson from his tenure on Days of Our Lives, where he was recast as another Heritage character, Will Horton. He appeared on the Salem soap from 2014 to 2015. This will be Wilson's second appearance on GH. Longtime fans may recall him playing a youthful version of Lucky's late father, Luke Spencer, in March 2006, during some fantasy scenes in which Tracy Quartermaine fantasized about how things would have been if the two had met when they were younger. Interestingly, Wilson shares certain characteristics with Lucky. He is a musician, and his father is the mayor of Sebastopol, California, where he grew up. This is not the first time fans have had to adjust to a Lucky recast. Jackson took on the job at the age of 11 in 1993, but left in 1999. From 2000 to 2003, Jacob Young of The Bold and the Beautiful played Lucky, while Greg Vaughn of DOL took over from 2003 to 2009. Jackson returned from 2009 until 2011, then appeared briefly in 2015 before making a splashy comeback in August 2024. He is presently attempting to reunite with his longtime love, Elizabeth Baldwin, while also bringing down the despicable Cyrus Renault. What are your thoughts on the newest Lucky Spencer recast? Join the conversation below. General Hospital favorite reveals major plot twist. Christina's role on General Hospital has changed hands several times over the years, and one fan favorite who has been sorely missed just shared some very wonderful news. Lindsay Morgan Sipos, who served as Port Charles's mayor from 2012 to 2013, is expecting a child. Morgan announced in a social media video that she and her husband, Outer Range, Reacher star Sean Sipos, are expecting their first child. Surprise, the actress said. Looks like I'll be needing bigger pants. She then expressed her love to Sipos and said, "We are so thrilled for this beautiful blessing." The video began with a photo of a onesie that stated plot twist, followed by a shot of Morgan's baby bulge and a glimpse at her sonogram. There were also photos of Pizza, a throwback to her and Sipos' wedding kiss, their adorable puppy, and the moment she told him they were having a kid. Sipos was surprised and questioned, "You're pregnant? Are you serious?" And, like a scene from the film Grease, the couple fell into each other's arms, Morgan's eyes welling up with excitement. A number of her daytime acquaintances joined in the comments to give their congratulations, including General Hospital and One Life to Live alum Kristen Alderson, who wrote, "OMG congratulations. You're going to love it," while Days of Our Lives Victor Webster added, "Yes, congratulations you too." Since leaving daytime, Morgan has featured in a number of primetime programs, including The 100 and Walker. In 2024, she played Kendall in the film Single Car Crashes, Showering Romance, Cupid Maxi, and Trina's Valentine Confession. Harrison Chase is making a passionate play. Maxi Jones portrays Cupid. Meanwhile, Trina Robinson makes a confession on her Valentine's date. Showering Romance anticipates Chase making a romantic gesture toward Brooklyn Quartermaine. In a preview clip, Chase is scrubbing down in the shower when someone walks in. Chase assumes it's BLQ and adds there's room for two in there. Let's pray no one is hurt. Meanwhile, that isn't the only amorous plan in progress. Maxi chooses to play matchmaker. Lulu Spencer's maternal confession is over, and she has a heart-to-heart with Dante Falconeri. Lulu reveals she feels like a failure as a mother. Dante appears compassionate and possibly attempts to encourage Lulu. Every parent makes errors, and Lulu has been adjusting to life following her 4-year coma. While Dante has troubles every time he looks at Lulu, Sam McCall's death was not her fault. Lulu still has feelings for Dante, which complicates matters a little. Of course, the chat could also bring them closer together. Trina Robinson's confession. General Hospital spoilers say that today's episode will have Trina on a date with Kai Taylor. Trina appears to be having a good time until she says that she has a confession. Will this confession bring Kai and Trina closer together, or will it be another romantic roadblock? Fans will also witness Jack Brennan reveal a secret to Carly Spencer. In a sample clip, Carly says she enjoys knowing something about Brennan that no one else does. However, wasn't Lucas Jones just warning Carly about males with secrets? Brennan appears to be raising red flags yet again. Carly is too enamored to recognize the warning signs. Brennan is also guiding Jocelyn Jax. I don't believe Carly will enjoy that. Also, Anna Devane invites Jason Morgan to take a chance on her. Lucas has a special request for Bradley Cooper. Furthermore, Portia Robinson puts Curtis Ashford on the spot. Sasha makes a massive move, and the walls close in on Cyrus. Cyrus remained alone in his hideaway, reading Bible verses, rummaging through vials of digitalis, and preparing a specific syringe for death. When his syringe was ready, he contacted General Hospital and asked for Elizabeth. The nurse on duty indicated she was off for the day, so Cyrus knew where he needed to go. What he didn't realize was that Jocelyn was on her way to his hideout. She made sure Trina departed for a big date with Kai while she dressed in black, took Dex's revolver, and prepared to arrest a killer. Jason was astonished to see Detective Elizabeth Baldwin sneak into the PCPD interrogation room. She told him that she was on the case and had the proof to convict Cyrus. Liz wanted Jason to focus on Danny because she was handling the Cyrus matter. Liz handed her briefcase full of evidence to Anna, who was amazed by Liz's amateur detective abilities. Liz and Lucky had gone dumpster digging outside Cyrus building and discovered a syringe receipt for someone named Paul Damascus, which Liz explained was a biblical name. She discovered a box from a second delivery with no receipt indicating what was inside. Anna believed that this evidence might lead her to more, but she did not believe she could arrest Cyrus just yet. Liz claimed that was not good enough, prompting Anna to reconsider her options. Daddy Jason. While Sonny and Carly debated if Jason might truly be the father of Sasha's child, Sasha advised Jason to step up his game. Sasha knew Willow suspected Michael was the father of her child because Elaine had investigated her. She needed Jason to tell people who he was rather than just letting them believe it. Sasha went one step further when she saw Willow at the PCPD to pay a fine for her impounded car. She grabbed Jason and planted one on him, leaving Anna, Mac, and Willow stunned with their mouths on the floor. General Hospital casts, spoiler, S love interest. This information arrives too late for Valentine's Day, but is there ever a terrible moment for romance? Not so far as we are concerned. According to Soap Opera Digest, General Hospital has cast rising star Charlie Besso as Aiden's high school crush, Tobias. We first learned about Aiden's blossoming affections for his classmate in December 2023, when Elizabeth and Lucky's son came out to Mom while cooking cookies for Christmas. Since then, Aiden has been recast and recast, with Tristan Riggs replacing Enzo De Angelis and Colin Cassidy taking over for Riggs. Off the back burner, into the fire? What does Besso's casting indicate? Perhaps Aiden is coming off the back burner. After all, it's difficult to portray a love tale when one half of a pair does not even have an actor assigned to the role. If Besso appears familiar, it could be because you've seen him on The Night Agent or The Calling. His hiring isn't the first major casting announcement to come out of General Hospital this week. An Emmy winner's persona is poised to get a new look. On the next episode of General Hospital, Valentine's Day brings love, heartache, and shocking secrets to Port Charles. Trina Robinson will make a confession. Maxie Jones portrays Cupid. Jack Brennan surprised Carly Spencer. Additionally, Anna Devane encourages Jason Morgan to take a chance. Trina Robinson's Valentine's Day. In the upcoming episode of GH, Trina and Kai Taylor celebrate Valentine's Day together. On the date, Trina tells Kai she has a confession to make. It does not appear to be negative or bad. In fact, when Trina says it at the table with Kai, she appears extroverted and raises her arms enthusiastically. However, we must not overlook Curtis Ashford's first impressions of Kai. There are also Kai's teammates, some of whom blame Trina for his injury. Although Trina was not to blame, Kai may face some criticism because of his relationship with her. Of course, it's always good when soaps make a new couple happy for a short while. So, perhaps Trina and Kai will have a storybook romance. Harrison Chase's romantic move. General Hospital spoilers predict that Harrison Chase will make a romantic move towards Brooklyn Quartermaine. In a peek, Chase is in the shower and exclaims, "There's room for two." In the episode Jack Brennan's Secret, Brennan will surprise Carly. Carly admits that she enjoys knowing a secret about him. Carly appreciates knowing something about Brennan that no one else knows. However, Lucas Jones had already warned Carly about men with secrets. Is Carly falling for another man, like Sonny Corinthos? Carly questioned Sonny when he told her about the custody settlement with Ava Jerome. However, Sonny addressed his health concerns. Could that turn out to be a huge mistake? Fans should expect Anna to implore Jason in tomorrow's episode. Maxie plays matchmaker. Lucas has a special request for Bradley Cooper. Portia Robinson is looking for a clue from Curtis. Lulu Spencer also tells Dante Falconeri that she believes she has failed as a mother. Dante appears empathetic in the promo clip. While Dante's scars are still raw, might this be a new beginning with Lulu? The air in Port Charles was heavy with tension, a web of secrets and suspicions becoming tighter with each passing day. While some worked furiously to unearth the truth, others fought equally hard to keep their lies hidden. The weight of whispered words, hidden affairs, and unresolved tensions pressed down on the city like a brewing storm. A warning that cannot be ignored. Dante Falconeri had spent his whole career balancing justice and devotion, but that line was beginning to blur beyond recognition. His commitment to the PCPD was undeniable, but Anna Devane had seen it before, how a case could consume a man, distort his judgment, and take him down. "You have to step away," Anna remarked, her voice forceful but not harsh. She crossed her arms and met Dante's stare with firm resolve. "I am not giving you a choice, Dante. If you want to keep your badge, you must walk away from this situation." Dante tightened his jaw. Despite his ties to Sonny Corinthos, he had spent years proving himself capable of the job. But it wasn't only about his capacity to remain objective. It was about something more serious, something Anna had saw happen to far too many fine cops before him. Still, Dante couldn't shake the idea that if he left now, he'd never be able to put things right. A tense interrogation at General Hospital. Elizabeth Baldwin had spent years learning to control her emotions, but when Harrison Chase approached her with questions concerning Jason Morgan, she felt a knot in her gut. Chase's expression was unreadable as he opened his notebook. "Elizabeth, did you see Jason confront Cyrus Renaud?" She paused. She'd seen Jason that night. Had seen him stand between Cyrus and his son, Danny, determined to protect him at any cost. However, what she stated here could have ramifications not only for Jason, but also for Jake. "I saw Jason step in," she said cautiously. "But he wasn't looking for a fight." Chase examined her, his sharp eyes searching for any trace of dishonesty. He wasn't simply come for a statement, he was coming for the truth, and Elizabeth was aware that the truth could be harmful. An affair that cannot see the light of day. Ava Jerome was no stranger to concealment, but something about this affair disturbed her. She had been careful, always careful, but the moment she stepped into her apartment and met eyes with Rick Lansing, the weight of their life fell on her. "Do you not want people to know about us?" she inquired, her tone quieter than she intended. Rick exhaled and ran a hand over his hair. "Ava, you know how complicated this is, hard doesn't even begin to describe it." Rick was meant to be her legal counselor, assisting her in her fight for custody of Avery over Sonny. If their relationship became public, she would lose any remaining credibility. Sonny would use it against her, turning it into something it was not. Nevertheless, she despised the concept of concealing. "Just tell me one thing," Ava asked, her voice tinted with impatience. "Are you concerned about my case? Or about what others will think of you?" Rick paused, and that pause revealed everything Ava needed to know. Old friends, new conversations. Sonny Corinthos was always a man in charge. He had established his empire by understanding when to strike, when to pull back, and when to trust. But lately, he felt as if he was losing control, not only of his business, but of himself. Jason Morgan had only been back in town for a short time, but Sonny had already relied on him more than he would want to admit. As they sat together, Jason's loyalty was as strong as it had always been. "I've got your back," Jason stated, his voice firm. Sonny nodded, but his mind was elsewhere. He'd recently returned from a checkup in California, and while he hadn't told anyone, his heart wasn't what it used to be. He needed to make changes and think about the future. Something needed to give. And he wasn't sure he liked what that implied. Sasha and Jason kiss, and Cyrus plans his next Digitalis strike. Sonny Corinthos goes in to see Carly Spencer and informs her that he and Ava Jerome have settled their custody battle, with each receiving 50-50 custody of Avery. Carly thinks that's terrific, but she wants to know what's actually going on. He says he simply does not want his children to go on the stand. He knew he'd never get sole custody, and Avery misses her mother. Carly agrees with what he says, but she does not believe Sonny is telling her everything. He tells her that he needs to prioritize protecting the family above minor details. They begin to debate Jason Morgan and whether or not he is the father of Sasha Corbin's child. Sonny questions why Carly needs to know and explains that it is none of her business. If Jason is the father, he may already be guarding it, and Sasha and others should respect his privacy and stay off. Jocelyn Jacks is sitting on the couch when Trina Robinson arrives home with a bag of groceries. Kai Taylor texts her and asks if she has any plans for the night as she prepares to cook a pasta meal. Trina is prepared to say no so that she can spend Valentine's Day with Joss, but Joss persuades her to meet Kai at the Savoy in an hour. Once Trina has left, Joss returns to the living room, dressed in black and carrying Dex Heller's gun box. Joss told Trina she was going to stay home and order supper, but that was not the plan. Curtis Ashford agrees to speak with Laura Collins about the McConkey Esplanade concept. She understands that he is a good businessman and values his opinion. She informs him that Drew Quartermain wishes to take over Piers 55 and 56, which means occupying the space currently occupied by Corinthos Coffee. Curtis agrees with Laura that Drew's purpose for this plan would most certainly make things difficult for Sonny and Jason. Laura is also concerned about the person Drew is bringing into the scheme, Jen Sidwell. Jordan Ashford appears and says Jen's contacted her with his spiel, and she is skeptical. Drew arrives for the conference and recognizes that it will be a difficult room. Drew offers federal assistance that would cut the project's cost in half, and if they don't agree to stick it to Sonny, he will abandon the Esplanade project in D.C. Curtis claims that Drew looks to have a decent strategy, but there is always a catch in every scheme he has. Drew offers that they remove him from the equation, and if someone else suggested it, would they accept it? If so, that's their response. Tracy messes with Willow again. Felicia Scorpio is working at GH and tells Willow Corinthos that a patient was very pleased with her, to which Willow responds that it's great not to be judged for once. She and Felicia share a desire to use work as an escape from their difficulties. Martin Gray visits GH to see Willow and informs her that he still needs information on Michael Corinthos. She says the difficulty with their marriage is that they never addressed underlying issues. She says she does not want Michael removed from their children's lives. Martin informs her that divorce is never pleasant. Willow receives a phone call while they are conversing, informing her that her car has been confiscated. She travels to acquire more information and runs across Max Scorpio, who offers to help. Willow believes Tracy Quartermain had her car pulled out of the estate garage and towed off the street. She claims the car is a hybrid that she owned prior to marrying Michael and represents something to her. General Hospital recap: Mac and Anna agree that if Jason killed Cyrus, it would benefit everyone. Mac visits Anna Devane to see why Jason is being imprisoned for making threats against Cyrus Renault. He tells Anna that the case is weak at best, and she agrees. She claims that as long as she has Jason in custody, he cannot harm Cyrus. Mac suggests that if Jason killed Cyrus, they'd all be better off. Anna claims he would leave no evidence, yet that would still be incorrect. Mac exits the room and runs into Sasha, who is waiting to meet Jason. Liz talks. Sasha puts on a show. Elizabeth Baldwin provides her police statement about the events at Charlie's pub before entering Jason's interrogation room. She informs him that she and Lucky Spencer may have discovered proof linking Cyrus to everything. She is willing to take everything they have and bring it to Anna right now. Liz departs, and Sasha appears to inform Jason that she believes Willow is on to Michael being the father of her child. She informs Jason about the PI that was following her, and he agrees that they are probably on to her. She now wants Jason to tell everyone that the kid is his. As she opens the door to leave Jason's interrogation chamber, she notices Willow in the corridor observing them through the window. Sasha returns her attention to Jason and tells him to follow her lead. Sasha and Jason kiss passionately as Willow, Mac, and Anna watch on. Liz gives Anna everything she has on Cyrus. Liz approaches Anna with her concerns, claiming that Cyrus has killed 5 people and that she believes there is enough evidence to prove it. She leads Anna through every patient she believes Cyrus is tied to. She and Lucky found a syringe receipt in Cyrus' garbage the night before with the name Paul Damascus, a biblical reference. They also discovered a box, which she assumed contained Digitalis. Anna informs Liz that she is a very skilled amateur detective and will see whether she has enough evidence to arrest Cyrus. Cyrus is preparing to strike again. He is sitting on a couch, reading his Bible aloud. He then sits down at his table, holding syringes and Digitalis vials. He gets dressed to go out and carefully places a syringe in his coat pocket. He then contacts GH to find Elizabeth Baldwin, but is told she has departed for the day. He replies it's fine because he's confident he'll meet up with her later. Christina's growing concerns. Christina Corinthos Davis sat across from her mother, Alexis Davis, with her fingers curled around a warm coffee mug. She wasn't the type to overtly admit when anything bothered her, but she couldn't shake the suspicion that something was wrong with her father. "I'm worried about him," she said. Alexis tilted her head. "Sonny?" Christina nodded. She had noticed little changes in his demeanor, the way he walked, and how he reacted. It was not like him. "He's not telling us everything," she added. "And I don't know if it's because he doesn't want us to worry, or because it's worse than we think." She wasn't only concerned about Sonny, though. She had started spending more time with Isaiah Gannon, and something about him felt familiar. She felt there was a connection she couldn't quite place. And then there was Danny. She had seen him confront Cyrus Renaud and the wrath in his eyes. That wasn't simply about self-defense, it was something deeper and more dangerous. Christina had a nagging sensation that all of these threads were about to come together to form something much bigger than any of them could have imagined. A confrontation that rattles the walls. Molly Lansing Davis had never been the kind to lose control, but when she came through the office door, tears streaming down her cheeks, all feeling of control vanished. "This is all your fault," she exclaimed, her voice trembling beneath the strain of her emotions. Whoever sat behind the desk said nothing. Molly's heart raced in her chest. She had been suppressing her wrath for far too long. But something had pushed her past her breaking point. She wasn't sure whether she was in a courthouse or a hospital. All she knew was that she'd run out of patience. And whoever was sitting across from her was about to suffer the full extent of her fury. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.